Are you in desperate need of correcting your habits to make you get to a place of success, get you to a place where you feel happy, confident, to the point where you can just go out and openly speak to people and not feel anxious and feel depressed and feel lonely? Here are 3 habits that I think are slowly killing you off and you don't even realize it. Number 1, junk food. You need to stick to a balanced diet, something you could eat for the rest of your life. So for example, the diet I currently use is it's not really called the Alex Hormozi diet, but it's just, I got it from him. He said that's what it's called in his video. I'm just going to use that. Basically, you get your calorie intake by getting your body weight in pounds times by any of these numbers here, depending which one you want to do, of course. And that is your calorie intake. And the other aspect of this diet is you get your body weight in pounds, times that by 1 gram of protein, and that is your protein intake per day. If you get, let's say you're 200 pounds and you want to slowly lose weight, like a maintenance, like a moderate weight cut, you would do 200 pounds times 10, that's 2,000 calories, and 200 times 1 is 200 grams of protein. If you are at 200 grams of protein and you've eaten 1,500 calories that day, that 500 calories spare, you can eat whatever you want. Chocolate, sweets, whatever. Something which will still give you a habit that you can stick to, which can not destroy your life, basically, because your diet probably consists of just fast food, processed food, commercial baked goods, sweets. And did you know that these fast food companies, the baked goods, sweets, chocolate, crisps, they lead to the destruction of brain cells to make you less intelligent? Junk food also is one of the biggest causes, obviously, to obesity. Did you know that 2 in 5 people have obesity issues? And that is just crazy, that 2 in 5 people, to America's statistics, have obesity. Obesity is obviously due to overeating. Why do people overeat, do you think? One reason why people overeat is because it is a habitual and behavior issue that is directly impacted by our thoughts and feelings, such as stress, unfulfillment in our daily lives, and the need for the next dopamine hit. Do you constantly find yourself just waking up per day, hating the fact you've woken up and you just want to go back to sleep? Because you got to go to your miserable job, you got to go to college, you got to go do all this stuff you don't really want to do and you don't really find fulfilling. So you find another way to fulfill that need, and that is the dopamine hit of junk food. A good way to get fulfillment in your life is to do something you enjoy. Like, do something that excites you, something that would make you wake up every day and go, I cannot wait to tackle the day. I cannot wait to get these goals completed. I cannot wait to fulfill my desire to do something I want to do and get good at it. Number 2 of why people overeat is emotional eating. Men who can't handle their emotions to the best of their abilities end up just resorting to junk food. They end up resorting to it's a way of cope, to regulate the emotions such as stress, sadness, boredom, or loneliness. When you're just sad and you're in your feelings and you don't know what to do, you've given up, you just sat there, you're crying, you need something, and a lot of people tend to go towards junk food. Another reason why people overeat is a lack of nutritional information. Not knowing a lot about food and understanding the nutrients and macros in food. For example, fats. Most people, when they hear the word fat, They get scared of this word. Fats are very important. Fats are very important in your diet because fats are important for hormone production, used to regulate metabolism, growth, reproduction, and your stress levels. And if you can't regulate your stress, you'll just resort to emotionally eating, which will then result to an increase in weight, which will then result to a bad mental health, bad physical health, and will lead to more psychological issues. Fats are also important for your testosterone and your cortisol. What is cortisol? In simple terms, it helps deal with your response to stress. The best way to combat eating junk food is to just eat healthier food. Like, eat food which you enjoy eating. Doesn't mean you eat chicken, broccoli, and rice. Like, research foods that you like, implement them into your diet where they have to be high protein, and start learning to cook. Just learn new things, because this also goes back to unfulfillment. Learning how to cook and getting good at cooking, that will give you some sense of fulfillment, like you're good at something, which will, like, that will increase your mental health as well. That will make you feel better about yourself, and it will make you enjoy wanting to wake up and cook a nice meal for yourself, which is healthy, and it will make you work better throughout the day and process better, and it will make your body healthier. Let's say you meet your friends on the evening, and these people also don't have the best diet. You go for a walk around town, you think, oh, I'm not going to eat junk food. It's really bad for me. And then your friends go into McDonald's, and you have to go in because you're not just going to wait outside while everyone else is inside, are you? So you go in, you sit down, they all get their food. You're still there contemplating whether you want to get the food, or just let them know that, can we not go to these places just for one night? Can we just go somewhere else? Can we just stay on a walk? Let's just not go to these places where there's like a lot of advertisement for you to get you to eat these shitty foods. So you could just tell your friends that. Second habit that kills you slowly is Pornhub. Pornhub, studies have shown that Pornhub has links between depression, anxiety, body dissatisfaction, and low self-esteem. Reason being why this has body dissatisfaction and a low self-esteem. Put this in your head. Well, you don't need to put this in your head because you know it. You log on to Pornhub, you find the video, you look at the girl, she's fit, but you are watching the girl you really like, and you think she's attractive and you want to fuck her, but instead of you fucking her, you're watching someone else fuck her. Don't you think that is really bad? That is like, that obviously leads to low self-esteem, because it makes you feel like, oh, she'd never get with me, she'd never fuck me, she'd never like message me or anything like that. You think, oh, I'm undesirable, I'll just let him do it and I'll just spectate. And it's really detrimental to the mental health. It leads to depression because it makes people feel inadequate. It makes people feel like, I'm not worth anything, like I'm just a spectator. When you bust, you feel guilty afterwards, don't you? This is the reason you feel that guilt, is because you realise your life ain't going as good as it seems, and the dopamine hit was just not as good as what it was perceived before you did it. Because you just sat there on your bed, on your stinky ass chair, watching a guy dick the girl you like, and you're just sat there on your own with your dick in your hands, literally. Another reason why Pornhub is really bad is because it creates unrealistic expectations of what to expect with a real partner. Like when you are really having sex, Pornhub creates this ideology which is so fake of dicking the girl in such horrible fucking ways, to the point where the woman doesn't really even like it. She's just being forced to moan and act like she likes it for views, so people get on the video to watch it. So that creates young men's ideology or idea of sex. to be wrong. And another reason why it creates unrealistic expectations. One of the biggest insecurities in a man is his dick size. If you're on Pornhub and you see these guys with fucking hogs, like 12-inch knobs, and they're like all the way out here and they're like thick as fuck, that is not how the average penis size in the UK, for example, is 5.6 inches. The average is 5.6 inches. The average is not 7, 8 to 12 inches. That's unrealistic. It's not correct. And the fact young men constantly have to see this and compare themselves and their knob sizes, this creates a lot of insecurities. It leads back to body dissatisfaction, and it leads back to low self-esteem, because it feels like they can never please a woman because they've never got the correct size knob. So porn, it's just not good. Porn can also lead to erectile dysfunction, because if you're constantly beaten to the internet and things on your screen, you don't really know how to be present in the situation when it actually happens. You're constantly overthinking in your mind, going, oh, is it big enough? Am I doing it right? Should I be doing this? Okay, next step's this, next step's that, next step's that. No, that's not how it's supposed to be done. That's not how it is. And because you're overthinking, and because you're constantly in your mind, you're not really present, you're not going to get hard. Or another case which could happen, you're not going to come. You will just, because you've seen these women with abnormally large areas like tits and ass, your concept of what a woman should look like will change, and what you really want in a woman will change, and it will create a false idea of what normal women actually look like. Your idea of what a woman actually looks like and how they normally should be completely goes out the window. You think a woman should have all these features, when in reality it's nothing like that, because they've been injected with all this shit, like the Brazilian butt thing. Like that's not normal. That is abnormal, completely abnormal. So that will also lead to dissatisfaction in sex, which can also lead to erectile dysfunction and communication issues and sexual issues in your relationship. Third habit that kills you slowly is social media. Social media is, I genuinely hate social media. It is one of my least favorite things on this earth. The reason being is because it creates a distorted perception of reality. Social media often presents these role models, such as like Drake, such as Lil Wayne, Lil Nas X, creating these false ideas like of what their lives are actually like. They constantly post on social media how they're having the best time on these yachts, spanking loads of money with all these women. They only promote these aspects of their life, which leads to the viewers, the people who see those posts and those videos and those concerts. It makes them feel like their life is so just shit compared to theirs. And when in reality, they did not post the role model, their journey. They didn't post the hours and hours of work a day. They didn't post the hard times of their life. They didn't post nothing of that. They didn't post their normal day-to-day life. They posted a highlight of their life. People who view their content, they'll see their life is not as good as theirs, so they'll think they're boring, and they'll think they're living a life which no one will be interested in and no one will like them. Another reason why social media is really bad is because it fries your attention span. TikTok, biggest example, the videos are 10 seconds to a minute long. Within a matter of a minute, if you like, okay, let's say in a matter of 2 minutes, you could have watched 5 different pieces of content easily 5, like that is very low as well. You could have seen 5 different pieces of content, which ultimately makes your attention span so much lower because you're just losing focus within a matter of a second, like 3 seconds. Like, if you're not entertained within the first 3 seconds of a TikTok video, you move on to the next, don't you? If you're not entertained straight away without letting nothing build up, without nothing letting take place, you're gone already. Which ultimately, again, fries your attention span because you're engaging so many different pieces of content. This also creates, like, imagine those 5 videos which you see is one with a good body, one with loads of money, one with women, one with a good social circle, and one which is like funny. There's 5 different insecurities, a very big insecurity of a lot of people. Imagine you see 5 of them in a matter of 20 seconds. That, instinctively, people don't know or don't realise it at the moment, but because they're seeing these ideologies of amazing things, again, a highlight of people's lives, it makes them feel inadequate and a bit boring. And if they're seeing this in a matter of 20 seconds, without even realising they've heightened their insecurity of money, success, women, social circles, and being funny, for example. These are 3 habits which kill you slower. Make sure to get out of these habits as quickly as you possibly can, because these habits will just lead you to a lifelong empty shell of a human, and it will make you depressed, it will make you anxious, it will make you hate yourself, and it will make you think you're just inadequate. Inadequate was used a lot in this video today. So inadequacy, you don't want to be inadequate. Make sure you keep trying and you keep pushing harder every single day. Make sure you get 1% better every single day.